What's up? What's up? Original, I'm gonna see if I can send you the co-host invite. I don't know. Last time I tried to send it to you, it was okay. So it did allow me to send it to you. But yeah, man, once again, we're live. It's been a hot minute since we've done a space. I think it's been a couple months since I last did a space here on X, did anything. So I just want to holler at you guys, see everybody's doing. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's in the mood to talk tonight as well too. Like I said, we're gonna touch up on a number of topics. Start let our people come up in here a little bit before we go ahead and get things rolling, rolling, rolling. I don't know. I hope everybody ain't having issues with the actual with the damn audio or anything like that. Cause I see a couple people dropped out or whatever. I know Ray was in here. I know DJ said he was trying to put some updates in and stuff like that as well too. So shout out to my people that's gonna be coming in on YouTube tonight as well too. Original, what's going on, man? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me, original? Uh-oh. Like I say, people starting to drop out. I'm wondering if we're having an audio issue here, guys.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Ray, if Val, if y'all can hear me all right, put your hand up. Let me know that uh okay, Ray gave me the thumbs up so he can hear me okay. But then Ray just dropped out. DJ was saying tell everybody to update their phones. I'm assuming everybody knows that Val look like she's okay. I don't see her dropping out, so I'll have to read the comments and stuff like that because I'm sure people might be saying, "Hey, they're having some audio issues or something." I don't know, but so far so good. It looks like I don't know, but we're in the space. Were you having any issues, original?
No, I didn't have any issues. I mean, I just came in and I was just sitting like, just pulled it up and I was just sitting there for a minute. But I haven't had any issues yet. But you know, this app is subject to flip at any time.
Okay. Shout out, I see my girl Stephanie coming up in here as well too. Um, did you original DJ said something? If it just updated because I've already started up. So, but have you had any issues? I mean, I'm sorry about that original. But have you heard anything about the situation with Rickey Smiley? Have you seen that video that a lot of people are circulating on X where he's talking about he's talking about basically trying to get dual citizenship and ICE snatching people up and go ahead and check out Joy Reid and Roland Martin's commentary basically to give you advice on anything. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I haven't really watched the video, but I watched some of them. You were talking about the Constitution, but see, here's my issue with that. See, the Democrats took a shellacking in 24. And see, we have been their most loyal constituents for 60 years. And yet they wouldn't do anything that would only benefit us. Anytime we got something, they flipped the script on us like during the civil rights movement. We was out there putting our people out there putting their lives in jeopardy. But yet, when it came down to signing the deal, they flipped the script. They made it based on sex, race, religion, and national origin. So people who had not benefited from who had not suffered the way our people had suffered, they benefited from that. And that same thing with affirmative action. When affirmative action passed, they made white women. You know how in the world there are more women than men. So I'm trying to figure out how did these white women become a minority? And so a lot of those middle management jobs and things that you have gone to, especially black men, they went to white women. So all that fighting our people did, we technically didn't benefit because they continued to attack us. After we got out there in the streets and mobilized and organized and stuff, they continued to come after us. And see, people like Rickey Smiley, who was a Democratic shield, because he kept trying to make it make sense saying that Can you see the power in this? If Katurgi swears in Kamala, don't you see that? Ain't no damn power. They just somebody swearing in somebody. And see, Democrats, they need to see, what was that boy name? Cornell Belcher. Cornell Belcher was on MSNBC. And he said, in order to get black folks to the polls, you're going to have to scare the hell out of them to get them to the polls. And that's what they're trying to do now. They're going. Rickey Smiley is maybe I'll say he's a Democratic boule agent, and they're going to use all these fear tactics and try to scare us to come out and vote because see, no party has had a loyal block of voters the way the Democrats have had with us. And they're trying to figure out how they can get us to come back to vote without doing anything for us. And that's the problem. We're not voting for you for nothing. Those days are null and void. And if you can't understand that, that's not our fault. That's your fault. You see, because we've held up our end of the bargain. They never held up theirs. See, remember when during the 2020 primaries, the anti-black racist Jim Crow Joe pretended to support reparations. What did he do when he found out he was a nominee? He said he was supported if the Indians are included. Well, they've already got reparations. See, this is about them not doing anything for us. And they're going to use people like Rickey Smiley, Fat Roly Martin, and Ugly Joy Reid, and the rest of them. They're going to use them to, I wouldn't be surprised because these people, they think they're good at what they do, but we're smarter than they are. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing more people start saying, see, what has been going on for a while, I forget how many states the Republicans have. I think you can have like 34 states, you can have a constitutional convention, whereby you can come in and you can edit the Constitution. But see, what the Democrats want to do, they want to get in power, and they want to bring in all these immigrants and whatever else, but they don't want to do anything for us, and they call that progress. See, they keep saying that we are a nation of immigrants, and we keep reminding them we're not immigrants. We're not. There were black people in this country before the Indians. That's factually documented. And so now I'm not surprised that I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking. I wouldn't be surprised if he's reading the script. I really wouldn't. Because that's how low down the Democrats are. They're the low down. So I wouldn't be surprised of that. And so we just have to be stay on alert, stay focused. And so, but let's say that the Republicans do revisit the Constitution. The Democrats haven't said anything that they would do for us if we came out and support them so that this couldn't take place. See, that's the hate. That's the inherent and vehement anti-black American racist hate the Democrats have for us. And they're not planning on changing that anytime soon. So that's how I see that with Rickey Smiley. And you talked about, the Black Family Reunion.
Real quick, original. I'm wondering if I should restart it because everybody they popping in and they popping out. I wonder if I should shut this space down and let me see. Are y'all down at the bottom? Ray, Aunt Lai, Stephanie, are y'all because Ray keep popping out. If y'all having problems in the bottom and in the screen down there, let me know. Val, if y'all having problems, put your hand because I see everybody popping and disappearing, going away. So I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and end this space and start one up real quick because I see Ray popping in and out. Val, are you having issues with the reception in the space? If y'all having issues, give me a hand up or anything like that because I see y'all coming in. I see Ray with his hand up. What about you, Val? You having any issues? Stephanie, I see you popping in, popping out. So this is what I'll do because I see because we having a bunch of people come in and come out. I'm gonna end this real quick. Original, stay right there. Professor, stay right there. Come right back. in like give me 2 minutes at tops. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start this back up and bring it back because I see y'all popping in, popping out the space. So original, come right back, and then we're gonna go ahead and I want you to stay on that topic you had. I'm gonna shut this down. Everybody on YouTube, we're not going anywhere, but we're gonna have to restart it for our people on X here. So we'll be right back. I'm gonna start this space right back again. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll start it back. We had some issues. I don't know what the hell, the connection issues, what was going on here. So we'll go ahead. 37 people popped up in there that quick, but I only saw 7, 8 people in there, guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this space back up here again. Hopefully we won't have the issues we was just having in there. And we can get this thing started again or whatever, because I have no idea what was going on in the space. Everybody was popping in, popping out. So let's see if we can go ahead and get the space started again. And we'll go ahead and get this thing. Shout out to all y'all joining us over there on X as well, too, man. Shout out to everybody on X. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We back live again. We're gonna go ahead. Our people, they'll pop back up in here, but it was just too many issues that was happening in the in the space right here. We just had too many issues. People kept popping in, popping out, or whatever. It said like 37 people was there, but I swear I can only see 6 or 7 people in the space. And every time somebody popped up, they was disappearing. So hopefully, I didn't restart the phone because I didn't want to go through all that. I wasn't having any issues, but hopefully we'll get everybody back in here with no issues. Professor, what's going on with you tonight? I see you up in here. Let me get you up here. Let me get original back up here co-hosting as well, too, guys. Hopefully we won't have the amount of issues we were just having in that last space. I don't know what the hell, because I updated my phone the other day, so I don't have any updates, pending anything like that. So what's going on, original? Professor, I sent you the speak. Okay, you accepted that. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I see DJ up in here, so let me go ahead and get him up in here as well too, and hopefully our people will come back up in here because it was the space was starting to get people coming up in here, and all of a sudden everything just started people. Ray the whole time was flashing in, flashing out. Val was flashing in, flashing out. Aunt Lai, same with Stephanie as well too. So I don't know. It's been a hot minute, but I gotta go. Let me give a shout out to our people over there on give a shout out to our people over there on YouTube as well too. What's up? What's going on with you over there, Nightfall? What's going on with Dark Kent? What's going on with y'all over there, man? It's good to see y'all. What's up, Cruise Control? Yeah, we back in effect tonight. Been working on the site, man. Been trying to get everything straight and everything like that. Trying to get news sold up to par to being a top tier news site. So I had to go ahead and do that. But that's what's going on, man. Nothing too much. We're gonna touch up on some topics tonight. I got 3 that we want to start up with. We're talking about we're gonna be talking about the Essence Festival and Black culture involved in it. We're gonna be talking about the quote unquote lack of family support in these Black family reunions. We're also going to be talking about what we're talking about right now that original was going in and doing a great job talking about Rickey Smiley. Rickey Smiley put out this video the other day, and it was just, he said that he wasn't trying to scare anybody, but to me, the video was nothing but fear mongering and everything else as well too. So we talking up on that. Rickey Smiley was sitting up here talking about that we need to get dual citizenship. That we see what's happening to the Haitians, ICE snatching people up left and right, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He's talking about these concentration camps and the country and this and that or whatever. Rickey Smiley was saying a lot of things. We're also saying that we need to go ahead and check out what Joy Reid saying, check out what Roland Martin saying, and this and that or whatever. So out of the blue, Ricky Martin drops. I'm sorry, not Ricky Martin, but Rickey Smiley drops his video. He says he's not trying to scare people, but then again, he is, trying to scare people. It was a scareful type video that he put out. So, but original, go ahead and finish your point of view. I just wanted to start this space up. I don't know if people are going to be having issues getting in here or not, but I wanted to go ahead. Everybody was popping in, popping out. So we'll try to get it rolling again because we was getting it rolling, but go ahead and and do what you was doing original and touch up on any topic. You touch up on Rickey Smiley if you want to touch up on the Essence Festival. And also, where did this thing come up with the Black family reunions, and who came up with the actual documentation and any source, anything right here saying that, 47% of Black families, and it was just crazy. But go ahead, original, you got it.
Yeah, I just listened to more of that video from Rickey Smiley. Let me find this post that I had put it. I'm gonna put this in the purple pill. Rickey Smiley is using perception management to try to scare the hell out of us and have us to run. Here it is right here. These are the 9 strategies of perception management. Okay. And that is what Rickey Smiley is doing. Number 1 is having clear goals and knowing the ideal position you want people to hold. See, he wants us to believe that Donald Trump and the Republicans are going to do all these horrible things to us. And yet, the Democrats have been, if not as destructive, more destructive to us than the Republicans have been. You see, he's not saying anything about the Democrats. He just wants us to come back and vote for the Republicans. And I put these 9 strategies in there, and people can go in there and read them. I don't want to go through all of them because I know you aren't going to be on for so long. But that first one is having clear goals and understand the ideal position you want people to hold. He wants us to believe that. And I've heard this for years about how the Republicans would like to have a constitutional meeting where it has to be ratified by, I think it's 34 states. And I forget how many states they have, but I think they need about maybe 4 or 5 more states in order to, meet that goal. But yet at the same time, he and the Democrats are promoting this. They're not saying, if anything, that they would do specifically for Black Americans. And that's where the problem comes in, because they're mad. The Democrats are going to use any deceptive situation they can use to try to get us to come back and vote for them, but don't expect anything in return. And they don't want to admit that that process is dead. We are no longer doing that. That is not who we are as a people. And that's what has them shook, you see. And so that's what he is doing. When people come out and say stuff like, I'm not trying to scare you, yes, you are. And like I said before you shut down the other space, Cornell Belcher, he's one of these pundits on MSNBC. He said on MSNBC, if you want to get Black folks to the polls, you're going to have to scare the hell out of them. And that is what the Democrats are going to do over these next few months. Starting now up to when they have the the primary that's going to start next year, probably around. Well, it's already the primary out already, but people are putting up signs and stuff that they're running for these positions. But see what the Democrats are doing though. See, I got to find this other article. There was a sister that ran for a congressional seat in Chicago. And the Democrats, I got to find this article, because see, the Democrats told media outlets, marketing firms, and other political outlets, told them that they referred to her and other who were running against these incumbents. They referred to them as insurgent candidates. And they told these people, these media and other people, told them that if they assisted them in winning, this campaign, that they would blacklist them from the Democratic Party. They said this, and I'm gonna find that and post it in your purple pill. So that is what this is all about. Is that they know that they can't win without us, but they hate us so much they would rather lose than to do right by us. So I just want to put that out there because people do a little bit more research on this. Because these Democrats, if you think the Republicans are bad, how is it that you can have the Democrats? They've had a loyal voting bloc for 60 years. But yet, an illegal alien can walk across the border and get financial and other resources, get free rent, a place to stay, get food, and get the utilities paid, get all this stuff. But yet, they can't do anything for us. That's not fair, and they know it's not. But that's the depth of the hate that they have for us. And I don't think their hate is going anywhere, because that's just jacked up right there. And let me say this about the Black family reunion. See, what these people are finding out now is that these Black family reunions, see what's going on now with these Black family reunions. See, people like me who know how to use PowerPoint and other, visual aids, we are requesting to speak at these family reunions. And so now that people are being exposed on how the Democrats or whichever party you want to align with, people are giving people, other ideas as far as how they should move politically. And it's happening at some of these family reunions. And so now, all of a sudden, you see this stuff in the on social media saying that the family reunions are down whatever percentage. Well, first of all, I need to know who compiled that data, and if you compile that data, did you get a grant from someone? Did someone pay you to compile that data? Because here's the issue: the person who paid for that data collection, that's the one who owns that data, and they can manipulate it and say what they want to say. See, they've always had all these negative perceptions of us, especially since we are organized. And see, what happened in 2024 when we crashed the Democratic Party, we did that without a leader. And that's what has them shook. There was no leader. Now, imagine if there was some sort of a leader, like they like to always attach to people, and if that leader was speaking almost every day, the Democrats would have been worse off than what they would have lost worse than what they did. See, the Democrats they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But it is their hate for us. It is that deep-seated hate they have for us that they want to come out here and think they can scare us back into voting for them for nothing. That's what that's all about. Because see, I'm going to talk to some people who had my family reunion and ask them, have they reported any type of data collection to anyone? Has anyone ever asked them? Because see, the way ours work, a different family would be selected to run the reunion each year. Initially we were doing it every year, but then some people said, well, it's becoming a little bit costly. So then we started doing it every 2 years, but we're still doing it. See, that's the issue. So once I find out some of this information, I will report back to you, News Toter, and let you know exactly, what is going on and why these people. See, like I said, this is all about us. This is all about us organizing, and we are organizing within these family reunions. We're using, technology the way that they don't want us to use it. So that I do believe that is why that these people we are always under attack, and they're going to continue this. And I'm gonna skip to the essence because I don't want to be too long-winded here. But the essence issue, they see essence. Caribbeans and Africans, they've all been wanting to. They've never liked us because see, in the 1960s, Dr. John Carlos, he went to school. He went to high school with this guy named Dennis Stice, and Dennis would Dennis and John also went to the same college. So John had talked to Dennis and said, "Hey, we need to have a Black United Front going out here. We can, stick together and la. So when they got to the college out there in Texas, Dennis coded up to the coach and left John hanging by himself. But see, Dennis would tell John, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. And see, now they see that a lot of this information has come out. They're scurrying around trying to figure out how they can get us to trust them. Because they don't, they see that we have, the scab has been pulled off the woman. So that's what that is about. The Essence Festival, because see, the Essence Festival, you know how there's always some type of morality clause when you enter into a contract with somebody, something to that effect. And so Essence is saying that they already had this multi-year contractual agreement with Target. But see, contracts are always made, there's always some kind of clause like that, because I tell you what, I would bet you that Target has something like that in that contract, so that if Essence get out of line or do something, they can terminate their contract with them. You see what I'm saying? So we have to look at this thing very carefully and see, because the Essence, they have been really trying to Africanize. See, Essence was started to talk about Black American women, not anybody else. And see, that is one of the reasons why these Africans and Caribbeans, they got this hate for us, because they see that we've been over here. We had Ebony magazine, Jet magazine, Black Enterprise magazine. We had we had all these magazines that we were showcasing our talents. They never had anything like that, and they've always looked towards us for inspiration. But white people use our greatness to take them against us. Look at them. They think they're better than y'all. Y'all know how white folks are. And that's what they did. And that's why they have this hate for us. But now they see that we are no longer just allowing it to, roll down our back. We're standing up and say, oh, okay, if that's how you feel, okay, well then, you just stay away from us. That's what you need to do. And so that's what that is, man. This is all about the attacks on Black Americans to make us feel like we are less than anyone else on the planet. But they tried that so many times that we always bounce up and show people that, to show our greatness. And see what Rickey Smiley said, talking about dual citizenship. I'm not going to Africa. Hell, I'm looking at how just recently another sister, she was killed, I think, over there in Ghana. Now, her fiance, a Ghanaian or wherever he was from, was part of that murder. They killed her. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all want us to come over there and see? He talking about having dual citizenship. Hell, the way these people feel about us, we don't have any rights if we go over there. They're not going to guarantee us anything. And there's always been there was another sister. I would think it was one or two. It was two sisters from Detroit that went to some parts of Africa, and they was killed because they had bought this land, and some of the locals saying that no, it was their land. They went and the sisters won in court, and when they won in court, they killed them. They killed them to get their land. So you got to be out your crazy mind if you think I'm going to sit up here and go to a place where somebody might kill me. And I got that at work, but I think it was Kenya. They were screening people from Uganda. In several countries, they were screening these people before they let them into their country because of cannibalism and organ harvesting. And you think I'm going to take my black butt over there? Oh, I know I'm not going over there. Now, people can say what they want, but you can't fight the truth. You can ignore that you want, but hey, that's on you. But I don't want to take up too much time. I want to let somebody else get in and they can share their perspective. I see Aunt La has her hand up. I'll let her go ahead and get her message in. How you doing? How you doing, niece?
Appreciate that. And we're gonna get to Aunt La. Aunt La, I got you. I want to read a couple comments that that Nightfall put over here on YouTube. Addressing Rickey Smiley, Nightfall says Rickey Smiley is just another one of these bootlicking Divine Nine elitists that feel as if they are losing their power among Black people while trying to not piss off their white paymasters. He also said news told us black families are having fewer and fewer family reunions, and that's a good thing. Perhaps we can resolve family issues behind closed doors without everybody else putting in their 2 cents. Shout out to Mr. Nightfall, our moderator over there on YouTube as well, too. Aunt Lyle, what's going on with you, sweetie? How you doing? Y'all make sure y'all retweet the space out. We was having some technical difficulties. I guess everything is straight now. We had people popping in, popping out, losing people. So I had to go ahead and restart it. So go ahead, everybody in the space, make sure y'all go ahead and retweet the space out now. Shout out to everybody coming in here. Shannon, what's up with you, sweetie? Stephanie, Ray, I see you. Ray, you straight now. Mark B, what's going on with you? See him? CLM Buck. Who is that at the bottom? Is that what up? What up? Shout out to you as well. Everybody go ahead and retweet the space out. Let everybody know that we're live. I know it's been a hot minute since you guys heard from me. Working hard over there on the site, trying to get everything up and running the right way. And I'm still working, so I had to cut in tonight as well, too. But once this space ends, I'm going to be jumping back on there, doing some more work as well, too. If y'all haven't seen me post today, that's because I'm working on it. I didn't want to put out any new posts until I'm working on something right now. Simply Rick, what's going on with you, fam, as well? But Aunt Live, what's going on with you, sweetie? You got it.
Peace, Black Power, and reparations. Look at God. News told is doing a space at 8 o'clock. Now, I don't know if it's a holiday or what. I said, oh, shit, I got to be up in there.
It's been that long, huh?
Listen, 2 months. I'm so glad you got a space. I don't even know what to say. But I'm glad you got a space. This is like the family reunion. This is what I feel like. Where my space at? I don't got nowhere to go off for it. But I'm happy you back. Hopefully you back for the long time. When I get something, I got you, because I really miss these spaces. In regards to Rickey Smiley, my uncle is crazy. He had me over there cracking the laugh. Now, I read what Rickey Smiley said, and I take it from another standpoint. I'm not saying that he was right in what he said as far as the dual citizenship, but I feel as though there needs to be some type of caution. And I think he was talking to the caution that needs to be served for what's about to happen. Now, in regards to us being Democrats and the Democrats trying to scare us back, I definitely think that's happening. I don't think that is even funny, the fact that they're doing the same old talking points, they're doing the same scare tactics. It's the fact that the Democrats have not served us since Black people have been registered Democrats. So that is a fact. The fact that he said about the Constitution being broken, those are facts. About the dual citizenship, I don't know about doing with Africa, but I feel as though every Black person should get a passport, because you can have a passport, and even if, as far as a license is concerned, you don't need to drive if you have a passport. Like some of my family members are Moors, and they don't have state-issued driver's license. They have passports, and you could drive with a passport, and you don't need a license. I really feel like it's about to get crazy on another level that I don't think people understand. The fact that the 3 branches of government have totally lost their mind, and we as Black people should definitely have our head on the swivel. I do feel like there is a sense of urgency. I do feel like we shouldn't look at it like, oh, no, they're only going after immigrants. No. They're trying to cleanse the fact that there was a report by 2030, 2050 that Hispanic people were taking over. And I don't know if you guys remember that after the election, what's his name, Biden was saying, oh, I'm going to do this for Black people. They got me voted. And then after he got elected, he said, well, y'all need to get behind the Hispanic people, and basically told us to kiss our ass. They have always put Black people and disrespected us and not saw our importance in politics, because they have went out of their way to make sure that we are not as organized as we was before. Back in the day, they had the NAACP, the Southern Baptist Leadership. They had certain organizations, and those organizations went to Congress with their issues, and we got certain legislation done. Now they know that we don't have that organization. So when he said that, he was saying that because the Democrats are using the mental mind frame of the old school, how you do the organization thing. Right now, there's a lot of Black American people who are standing up for their rights, but it's not as organized on a path of a to get our issues out there, and they don't know or they don't think that we are smart as we are. That's basically where that comes. That comes from a fracture of them not knowing. Because as soon as he said, "Oh, I want to do something to help the black folks," he did the same thing that was always done. He went back in there. Okay, what have black people went to the White House and won it? And one of the things that duopoly was doing was writing to Congress, trying to get Juneteenth as a federal holiday since the 90s. So he said, since one person want this, I'm going to give this to all the rest of y'all. All the rest of us was like, no, we want the police to stop killing us. We don't want the symbolism. That's what the old school want. The new school, like, nah, we ain't that type of party. And that's the break in the politics, how the Democrats, I forgot who it was, but they said, like, Democrats are like, you got to take your turn. You can't skip the line. They even told Jasmine Sullivan, even though my uncle, he don't like Jasmine Sullivan, he gonna start calling her names, but they were telling her to shut up. They didn't want her to be in a leadership position. So she said, okay, cool. And she sat down and she shut up. The mindset of the Democrats is they're in that mindset. No black person here should be a Democrat on the Democratic ticket. You go to your state board and you be registered as unaffiliated. You don't need to be a Democrat. That's not the party for you. Neither are the Republicans, but that's not the party for you. So them trying to scare us to be Democrat, of course, that's what they always do. But the solution to the problem is not to be registered as any of them. So I think what Rickey Smiley was saying was that we need to be cautious about what's going on, because the fact that the House, the Congress, the courts, and the president is all Republicans, and they don't care about anybody or nobody else. So they're not even looking to care about us, because even when you look at this birthright citizenship was another way for them to, quote unquote, try to get at it wasn't even trying to get at immigrants. They're just trying to overturn however they want to overturn stuff. So I think that we should be cautious, because we don't know what's coming down the pipe, because these people are crazy. In regards to the Essence Festival, and this is what's always happened to Black culture. It's infiltrated. And usually what happens with white supremacy, they'll get one of us to say it was one of us to try to destroy it. Every time they come into our culture, now Essence is owned by the same people that own Time Magazine. They want to eliminate us. So they try to put people who look like us so they can tell us what we want. You'll even hear it with people saying, oh, this is hip hop culture. That's not our culture. That's you giving us what we want. Like the radio stations, the TV stations, we don't own any of that. So then they're telling us what's hot, what's even in fashion. They'll have the dumbest stuff in the fashion, and then you'll see Black men wearing skirts because they're telling us that that's what the fashion is. But we don't own any. They don't let us get our stuff in. So the Essence Festival is just another layer of that. It's not for us anymore. And I'm glad to see that people are starting waking up. And I remember maybe 15 years ago, I was reading that, maybe more than 15 years ago. I had just got married. And it was an article in there why Black women don't need a man. And I looked at it, because I used to get Essence to my house, Essence and Ebony magazine to my house. And I'm looking at this magazine saying why Black women don't need a man, they need to be single. And I'm like, let me cancel my subscription, because they done lost their rabbit ass mind. And it was the fact that it was a message that, to me, that I felt was being sent through this magazine that wasn't a message for us, because it was a certain place that you went to where you had a Jet magazine, your Beauty of the Week, and your Ebony magazine. It felt like home. They saw that for what it was, and that's why they infiltrated it. And Essence Festival is just another way they infiltrated our culture to try to take it over. In regards to the Target situation, I think that's a whole another situation. The boycott situation, to me, is kind of, I feel as though Amazon has done more harm to us and to their employees, and so has Walmart. So the fact that people are like, okay, let's boycott Target, I feel like it's a dual way to. I'm just saying, everybody is not going out of their way to boycott Amazon. Amazon was going after their employees for wanting to unionize. Amazon has done more harm. Amazon's literally monopolizing and taking over. So has Walmart. These are the companies that we know are harmful to Black people, but no one is saying let's go after them. No, we're going to do it on a schedule, but we definitely going to do Target. And Target was the only one catering us. So they did this boycott to get rid of the competition. That's why I don't think people understand why when you should boycott everybody, because you're getting rid of the competition for Amazon and Walmart. And Target was the place you could go for Black products. So I'm not saying don't hold Target accountable. I'm just saying I'm looking at it from a strategic point of view where, wait a minute, but I don't see nobody giving Walmart the smoke or Amazon the smoke, but Target getting a lot of smoke. And that was a place where you could go. And if you eliminate the place that had the Black products in there and all that other stuff, you're getting rid of the competition for Amazon and Walmart. So you're going to only be forced to go there. And this dude just got married, had $1 billion wedding, and everybody was supporting him. But hey, we can't say nothing to him. But it's just fishy to me. In regards to the family reunion, my family reunions used to be every year. Then they went to every 2 years. And my grandmother passed away in 2011, and we haven't had a family reunion since. And it's the same thing. And I'm trying to do the family reunion, but it's just hard trying to get everybody together. And I do think Black people should continue to meet up and have family reunions. It's just now at a time with everything that's going on, we got to be safe. When Black people are out here, and I think like they doing the fan dances and they doing other stuff, I just think right now our heads should be on a swivel because we are under attack in a totally different way. So I don't even agree with like gathering in public places. I think we should be saving our money. I think we should be gardening. I think this is a time for us to we should be minding our business, but we should be focusing on doing stuff for self. We should be planting in our garden apples, string bean tomatoes, whatever, because going out here, it just don't make no sense. It's crazy out here. But I'm going to fold my chair and dock my boat. But I'm glad to have you back. It's good to see you with a space. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. And I want to ask you one quick question, Aunt Lai, before you disappear, because I know you said something about you were saying with Rickey Smiley, and it sounded like he kind of was in agreement, but with the video he had when he was talking about, you're right. I don't see anything wrong with having a passport or anything like that, but the dual citizenship. In terms of dual citizenship, what do you think most Black Americans, like what country out there you think is eager to go ahead and accept Black Americans in a large mass over there to their country?
None. Ain't none. None. Like, I don't think no one is willing to accept us. I think his message was us to take warning for the stuff that's about to happen. And I agree with that. I'm wholeheartedly thinking that Black people should realize that, the sound alarm, wake up, have your antennas up. But as far as really going to do citizenship, I don't trust anywhere. I've been looking, my case is almost over with that, by God grace. And I've been looking, where am I going to go? Because I'm getting up out of here and there's really no place to go. But I just think people should know that the situation we're in is serious, is a dire situation. They are mad. They're hell-bent in taking us back. When they say make America great again, they're talking about the times when Black people were slaves and serpents. And they are in the situation where they are forcing us to be. Because even if you look at the fact that he's saying the immigrants are going to be on the farms, if we catch you, if you were here illegally, we're going to lease you out to do the farmers because Nebraska is going bankrupt. That's slavery. Like, they really trying to take us back. And they don't necessarily want to get rid of immigrants. That's not what they want to do. That's not what when people say he was a closed border candidate, he's not. He is not, because he let white people in by the boatloads. So he's not an immigrant candidate. He's not a border protection candidate. I want to go after Hispanics because Hispanics was taken over in population and in numbers, and we don't want that, because then the white people numbers are going to decrease. That's the whole reason why they overturned Roe versus Wade. It had nothing to do with them caring about they trying to get their numbers up. They got to force people to give birth. They want to still get rid of us in the birthing process, whereas Black women, we're in the hospital having the babies and we're being unalive at an alarming rate, but they want to force the population on them. They want them. That's why they're paying $5,000 for them to have babies. But when they get here, they ain't gonna have no insurance. They're not gonna be able to feed them. It's not about what we think it is. I remember my brother when his wife had a miscarriage. He beat the doctor up. He was in the military. He beat the doctor up. I'm like, damn, I forgot about that because that was in the 90s. It was like 97. He whooped that doctor ass. But I don't think it is what we think it is. So I think we should. What Rickey Smiley was saying he's almost 60. From his standpoint of the dual citizenship, he got the money to do that. Rickey Smiley will be seen as I don't know, a luxury. He got the money to dual citizenship. He got the money to afford safety in other countries and stuff like that. The average black person don't. So he's speaking from his experiences, from his time point. But I think black people need to heed the warning that, it's about to get crazy.
I'm quick to fuck a nigger up.
All right.
That was the KKK and Aaron Woodall.
Who said that?
Aaron Woodall.
White supremacists right here.
Yeah, I just kicked him out.
His mama and his daddy is cousins. But that's what I think it is. It's not really what it looks like. It looks like they're going after immigrants, and he was talking about, my African American. He said nothing for reparations. He could do right now. He could do an executive order on reparations. He can do a lot of stuff. He ain't say nothing to black people. We're gonna do anything for you. That mean we next. That mean we next. He'll go out of his way and say, this was only meant for black people or slaves, but he hasn't done nothing to do anything to ensure that black people get the justice that they deserve. That meant, don't worry about it. You're not next. So that's just what I think.
All right. Appreciate that, Aunt Lai. We're gonna get back. I don't want you to go too far away either. I want you to stay up here as well too. Shout out, I see my girl Trouble down there as well. Y'all make sure y'all retweet the space out. Professor, go ahead. You got it. What's going on, Professor?
Hey, everything's good, my brother, and it's good to see you back up here. You've definitely been missed by the News Total family. So yeah, man, I was glad to see you put this announcement out for the space tonight, and so we can chop it up again, man, and so for everybody that's up in the space tonight, if you can donate to the News Total space, then please do so, including myself, because we want to keep this brother going, man. He's the only black curator, the largest black curator news, Black American news. Let me make sure I specify that, okay? We got to make sure that we keep him where he can continue to provide the best news that relates to our people and our concerns. So if you can donate, then please do so. Even if it's just $1 or $2, whatever you can donate. We just want to make sure that we keep this platform going and keep it updated and make sure that our people understand what's going on in Black America, not just black, but Black America, okay? Let me say this, because I heard Lai speaking on the fact that black folks need to keep their head on the swivel. But I thought, Lai, and I want you to answer this, we have always had to keep our heads on a swivel in this country. So when I saw the video that Rickey Smiley put out, I was like, well, why is this guy coming out with this video when he knows our people have been facing issues in this country for a very long time? We continue to see our people attacked by police. We continue to see our people brutalized by just white, everyday citizens who come up in our yards, or maybe they see us at a grocery store and they start saying something to us, want to hit us. And hell, of course, for black women, we're seeing the uptick in attacks on black American women, or just black women in general. So, and of course, black children. So I'm trying to understand why they're putting out these videos trying to scare people when we already know we're under attack anyway. We always have been. I just want to hear what your take is on that.
Really quick, I just think that it's the fact that because the 92% said that they were resting, because you see videos of black people, where them fans at? Where them fans at? Because black people said we ain't doing nothing, because it was black people doing videos about the immigrants saying that's not our problem. So it was an illusion that black people was not necessarily saying that we wasn't on the focus, because we already know when they complain about them taking their kids and doing the other stuff. I'm like, do y'all not remember slavery and how y'all did ancestors and selling off the kids and all that other stuff? I just had my kids watch 12 years of slave. Like, are you kidding me? So I'm not saying that it was stopped. I'm just saying for the people who have been understanding that Black people are resting, we're not getting in the protest, we're not doing none of the protests, we're not doing none of that, we still have to keep our head on the swivel. So no, don't protest. Don't go out there, especially now when you don't even have the right to protest. Basically, if you don't have rights to fight for them, that's like with the birthright citizenship. The only way you have the birthright citizenship right is if you have the money to obtain a lawyer to fight for your rights, which is what I said in my book about the rights that we have. So that's why I said that, because, Black people were in a position of partying where I don't think we should necessarily be partying in public. I think we should be doing a lot of things behind closed doors. Like, even if you look at what the Carnival crew said and how they don't even want your Blacks on their boat no more. So I'm not saying that Black people have been in a position where they have not been under attack. I'm saying it was an illusion that it was them, not us. So people were, oh, we don't have to do nothing about this. This has nothing to do with us. It has to do with them. When no, it's always been about us. We need to keep our head on the swivel, and we need to understand that they may be coming after them in theory out loud, but they're really coming after us. So that's why I said it.
Now, what about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Professor.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I do remember seeing people kind of out and about partying, and I couldn't understand that part of it, because I was like, why are people partying and drinking and all this stuff? Because, this whole judgment came down for the Supreme Court about birthright citizenship. I didn't think that was a time for partying, so I had to agree with you on that, because we're still in a country where these people are trying to make sure they take us out any way they can. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I didn't agree with people getting out there partying about it. Now, I do say we don't need to be out there trying to hate for immigrants. I do think our people need to stay away from that. The immigrants are not our problem. We don't need to be trying to save them or trying to get out there in the front lines to help them, because they're not going to get out on the front lines to help us. So I think from a deeper standpoint, I think that's what our people were really trying to do, for the most part, is to stay away from helping these people, because we know these people are not looking out for us. They don't have no interest in looking out for us. But yeah, now that word of the videos, of course, if we saw people out there celebrating and partying, yeah, they going after the immigrants and, birthright citizenship is ours. Yeah, but family, Black American people, let's not party. Let's get down and dirty and serious about what's going on in this country. That is, we need to be prepared and ready to go full force against white supremacy. Now, I'm not running to another country, because there's not another country we can run to. Now, if that dude, Rickey Smiley, want to do that, he got, like you said, like he has money, and he can do that. Some of these celebrities, these celebrities are enemies of ours too, y'all. That's why I can't stand a lot of these. I'm about to cuss. I'm sorry, y'all, about to cuss. I can't stand a lot of these celebrities, because they, instead of them doing something to support their people, this is the kind of stuff they do. They get out here and make videos about talking about going to another country, knowing you got majority of your people that don't have the funds to even go to another country. And why would we need to do that when our citizenship is here? We got our loved ones here. Our lineage is here. We got people that are buried here. And why are we supposed to just get up and go somewhere else? America is Black America. So now, if Rickey Smiley and some of these other celebrities want to go over there, wherever they talking about going, then y'all go. Y'all get your asses up out of here and go. I just wish celebrities will stop coming out with these videos. And I think these are, I'm assuming these are Democratic shields, really, people that support the Democratic Party, because I think that's pretty much all we see are the ones doing these videos. Like I think D.L. Hughley just did a video like that. I think he did something similar. And see, you'll be seeing a bunch of them doing it. You'll probably seeing that other one doing something in a minute. That transgender one, Billy Porter. You might be seeing she doing something soon. So that's what I'm saying. It seems to be a bunch of these Democratic shield people that want us to go overseas and get this dual citizenship. So it's like they don't want us to even fight for what is ours. Okay? So I'm gonna end right there. Yeah,
hey,
what's up, Rickey?
Notice how he suggested that we go listen to Roly-Poly Martin and Joy Reid, who have been attacking the real black grassroots for the last, I think since 2016 when Hillary lost. Because see, when Hillary lost the election, because black folks didn't vote for her, they blamed Tariq Nasheed and this, that, and whatever. So they telling us to go listen to those two and others like them that are they're not gonna support anything that we do. And that's the problem. Is that like said, he never said, or somebody said, he never said anything about we should get reparation. They never say anything about us getting anything specifically for ourselves. They only talk about how we should come and help the Democrats in our land.
I want to say
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna respond right quick.
Oh, go ahead, Professor.
Original, you are so right on the money right there. And my other thing is with any of these folks is that it's like they are basically caping strictly for Democrats to get the black people out of America. See, that's what I'm talking about. They want us not to even fight for our citizenship. They want us to just do this dual citizenship, and you get up and go. And then notice with the two people he named, the Roland Martin and that Joy Reid, these people are immigrants. I mean, you got one that's from Congolese. She's Congolese, and then you got the other one. He's Haitian. So these are immigrants that this man is telling us to listen to, right? People that look like us. Okay, they look like us, but they not us. So that's what I wanted to say. Notice they always point us toward immigrant people that look like us. Oh, go ahead, Todd. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you was good. I just wanted to mention this one point, and two, if you was listening to that video, remember he says something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing, he says something to the effect that, well, you see what happened to that, you see they snatching these Haitians up, you like, well, who you think is next? And we're like, what? Are you trying to imply that we're next, that we gonna be snatched up? We American citizens, that we next to be snatched up like Haitians and stuff like that? Is that what you're trying to imply? So that, I think that's some of the issue like that I had with it as well too. You know, he was talking about you know, he started off saying, well, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but his whole tone, his whole demeanor was that, you know, it had like a fear mongering in his voice and everything else, the way he kept this and that or whatever. But the fact that you were saying, well, you know, well, basically they snatching Haitians up, so guess who's next? And the person, and we know who he's talking about is next. He's talking about all of us. We're next. He's like, well, if they can snatch Haitians up, yeah, they can snatch us up too. He like, and then he started saying, well, the Constitution don't mean nothing, and this and that don't mean nothing, and you know, and he's going against federal judges and everything else, and this and that or whatever. So it's basically he's trying to say that, hey, you know what? As American citizens, we don't have any rights, and we're going to get snatched up just like any of these other immigrants around here. Even though we are American citizens and everything else like that, we can be snatched up as well, too. So I think that's the biggest issue I had with it as well, too. I heard him talking about, you know, how they were doing the, you know, the Latinos or they're doing the immigrants and this and that or whatever. But once he threw the Haitians into the equation, and then he basically said, you know what, you know, guess who's next, implying like, hey, you know what, Black Americans, if they can do that to them, they can do that to you. It don't matter that you're an American citizen, because the Constitution, you know, basically the Constitution ain't nothing right now. The Constitution can't mean nothing. And Trump is he's going against federal judges and all this other stuff like that too. So when we get a chance, we'll have DJ replay, because like I say, I heard the video once or twice, but I can't remember exactly everything. But I do remember the key point, basically, what he was saying, like after Haitians, like they snatching Haitians up. Well, guess who's next? So, and I'm like, well, that don't make any sense because, for one, we are Black Americans, we are citizens of this country and stuff like that. And you can't say, well, because I don't know any case, and I don't think anybody else knows any case in this room that Black Americans have been deported. I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me right now, but I don't know any case. I don't know any case of any American citizens simply being deported just because, hey, somebody else, because illegals are being deported. And that's what he's trying to say. And that's the issue I had right there. And that's, to me, that that's a lot of this stuff going around or whatever, because we've been hearing it for the past couple months. Well, after they get through dealing with them, guess who's next? Guess who's next? Like, what haven't Black people in this country experienced? I mean, there's nothing. Let's be honest here. All these other groups, they haven't even had a taste of what Black Americans have experienced in this country. So what are you talking about? Like, who's next and this and that? Y'all need to. We've experienced more than any other group in this country. So you can't sit up here and you can't sell wolf tickets to us. Like, hey, we don't know what hard times are. If any group in this country knows what hard times is, it's Black Americans. Like, go ahead and then I'm gonna get the DJ.
Really quick, the reason why I think he said that is because it was a case of a guy. He was born on the military base, and he was deported.
He's Jamaican, though.
But let me say what I'm saying. But from I don't know anything about this case, but from my understanding, in this case, they were on the military base. His parents was fighting for the U.S. at the time. And when you're born on the military base in another country, for example, Martin was born in Germany. He has dual citizenship because his parents are American citizens, but he's in the military, and he was born in Germany, but his parents was Black American. Now, I don't know anything about his case. I don't know what his parents were. I just know that is a case that's got a lot of attention. And another thing, Trump has said that he wants to deport citizens, because this is the narrative this is where I think he's going with it. Black people enslaved in this country, a lot of the criminal justice system, a lot of people start saying the BS for what it was. Trump literally said he wanted to deport U.S. citizens. He said that out of his mouth, that he wants to make a deal with Venezuela. He got the concentration camps in Florida, and Black people know that they are arrested 9 times out of 10 when they put over by the police. So them coming after us and sending us over there, that's just the next step in what they're going to do. Now, in regards to him, the fear-mongering, the scary thing, I think that they will be arresting citizens and sending them to other places, because to them it's $1. The criminal is $1 to them. So I do think that that's something that's going to happen. And Trump already has the protection of the quote-unquote Supreme Court, because anything he does in the performance of his duty is not a crime. So him breaking the law and sending U.S. citizens to other places is not above him. So that's why I think he said that, because Trump said he wanted to do that to U.S. citizens. Now, I don't know how... that's going to be a whole nother can of worms to open up, but that's what he said that he was going to do. But the guy in the military base, I know a couple of people who joined the military who wasn't citizens, who did it for a certain level of protection, because they had the mindset of, if I fight for this country, that'll help me get my citizenship and then maybe keep me safe from getting deported. And I gathered there's somebody in 1998 who did that. I don't know. I'm looking for him now. Like, damn, did they deport his ass? Because I know he was trying to fight. So I don't know. I do know that case. And even though that person was Jamaican, I thought he was in the military for the U.S. or his family was in the military for the U.S. when it happened, from what I saw about the case. But that's why Trump literally said he wants to deport U.S. citizens, and Black people make up a large percentage population of the people who are incarcerated, even though a lot of people who are incarcerated, especially the Black ones, are there for crimes they didn't commit. So that's just another monkey wrench in his plan.
Yeah, Trump can say what he wants to. There's no precedence of American citizens being deported. And the whole thing, and let's be honest, the whole thing about the military and being born overseas, if your parent, if they're American citizens, because I'm trying to remember if my uncle if a couple of my cousins may have been born overseas when he was in the army and stuff like that, you're automatically granted U.S. citizenship because your parents are, first off, they're American citizens, and you're born on a military base. So you can't compare that dude to Martin because, first off, Martin, both his parents, or at least one of them, I'm sure, was an American citizen. I'm not sure if this guy's dad might have been or not or whatever, but somehow, some way, I heard something about paperwork not being filed and this and that or whatever. And also, they were saying that the dude had a criminal record, I guess, or something like that as well too. But there's no precedence of American citizens. And Trump, let's be for real, he talks out of his what a lot of times. He can say what he wants to say, but they're getting pushback and they're getting fought against deporting some of these illegals over here in the country. So you can imagine you'd have a civil war if you started deporting American citizens. If you start deporting, you start taking American citizens off the street, and I know everybody loves to use black people as a measuring stick. Oh, well, they're going to come after us first. They're going to get – what do you think is going to happen? And I've said that before. Do y'all honestly think that you talk about a group of people that went through slavery and having German shepherds sicked on them and water hoses and being fired by – do you think these people just going to sit here and just take it land? Okay, Trump, we'll be nice niggers. We'll get on your boat and we'll get in your bus and we'll go overseas and we'll go wherever you say to, boss, and you won't get no problem. Please, come on now. I mean, realistically, even if that happened, and people forget too, like, I think they forget that we have black people that's in the military as well too. Are these black people in the military just going to sit up there while their countrymen, their family members are being ripped out and deported? What's going to happen to them? So they're just going to say, well, you know what? That's my cousin that we had to go ahead and deport in Cleveland. I'm going to just go ahead and deport more of them and send more of them off. They're just going to sit there and just take it. So this is the problem that people have sometimes with politics on both sides. It's not a Democrat thing and it's not a Republican thing. Both of them use fear mongering. Both of them like to appeal to their fan bases, their bases and everything else, and like to get people worked up and just say a bunch of crap that they know is not true. Rickey Smiley, like you said, he's almost 60 years old. In his lifetime, he has never heard of a black person. He's never heard of a white person that was an American citizen in this country just being picked up and deported for nothing. He's never heard that in his lifetime. So for him to get up here and say that and then try to go ahead and tie it into people that are actual immigrants being deported, so, well, guess what? Once they get them, we next. That's the kind of stuff that's almost like that comment that Joe Biden made that time when he was running for office. Talk about when Obama's reelection, talk about they gonna put y'all back in chains, and black people in the Democratic Party didn't say nothing about that. When you mention that, they just Joe, how Joe is and stuff like that. Now if Trump said it, they be up in arms about it. So each party gives the other one, gives their people a pass or whatever, just ridiculous stuff they be saying. I would love to see them come on and start just taking black people in this country and deporting them and see how well that works out for them. Go ahead, DJ. And Trouble, I see you got the Trouble, you up here as well too. So let me get the Trouble real quick and then I'm gonna get to you.
No, you can go ahead and go to DJ because I know you were going to segue to him before. I didn't know if he was going to play a video or not.
No, I'm about to flame all out. You go ahead, ladies first, sister. How you doing?
Hey, brother, how you doing? Good to see you back on the stage again, News Toter in the house.
What's up now, Trouble?
Hey, now. I didn't listen to the Rickey Smiley video. I wasn't in the room when you played it.
We hadn't played it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, listening to the conversation you all are having about Rickey, he's pretty much like a D.L. Hughley. He's about the same as all of the rest of these celebrities who cape for the Democratic Party. They're always coming with these fear-mongering tactics. And as Aunt Lai had already stated, people like Rickey Smiley can afford to move out of country and have dual citizenships, whereas us regular Americans, we can't even move to the next state over, and we would like to move out of the state that we're already in. So to me, what I gather from anything that those clowns have to say is based on fear-mongering. And it's always that they know that people can't have everyone can't do the dual citizenships and everyone can't move out of this country. So, but that's the fear that they want to put. That's that extra oomph that they put on it to make it seem how
because they want you to feel that it's a truly dire situation. And we already know it's a dire situation, but not the dire situation to where we can all just, start scrambling and running overseas. We're not going to be able to do that. So we still have to, live our lives here and figure out how to get around this white devil as we've always have. And I guess I'll have more to say once you do play the video. The Essence Festival is going down, and I'm glad it's going down the way that it is. I feel a particular way about everything that's happening in this country with respect to the immigrants, the melanated immigrants, and everyone in between. What we're witnessing is the melanated immigrants sort of acting just like the white folks are acting. They're here, and they've always been here to get their feet on the ground. They didn't come here to be our friends. They came here for resources. All of this talk of unity is just like the Democrats with the fear mongering. Those are just tactics so that they can have our stuff while disassociating them, themselves from us, distinguishing themselves from us. So they want us to have a mindset of unity where we can bring them in, and so that they can capitalize off the cultural capital that we've already built, while they distinguish themselves from us by saying, hey, well, I'm still African, I'm not technically black, but you want to share in our black culture. You want to say in it because you can't build your own culture on your own. You have to capitalize because black people globally are the culture. We are the culture. And when you think about American culture, everything that you can think about comes from black Americans. It's something that we've done, that we've did, that we've gave them, that we've created, that we started. These other nations of folks, they don't have that. They want that. And the best way for them to get that is to attach themselves to us. But that is why the Essence Festival is failing, because you attached yourself to us under the code of blackness, under the color of blackness, because you want us to be one big black nigga. And then at the same time, you took something that we built and then you changed it, you Africanized it, and that is why it is failing. Because it no longer has that black American footprint, that black American stank on it. It doesn't have that anymore. Now it's smelling like some funky ass bush meat. And then nobody want none of that. So, that's all I'm going to have to say about that. I've got plenty more to say to that, but I don't want to be extremely long-winded, as I normally am. Black family reunions haven't been the same in a long time. I don't know what your conversation about family reunions was, but this is just my little opinion about it, is once the elders started passing away in the family, the reunions haven't really been the same. And I noticed that even within my own family, who loves to have a family reunion damn nearly every year. For at one point in time, they stopped having them, and I think we didn't have one for maybe like 5 years. I just went to the first family reunion in 20 years, about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. We went. I took the kids and introduced them to the family. But once my great aunts all passed away, it was really kind of pointless to go to them, because we're in a generation now where these sisters hang out, but they don't hang out with that particular sister, or they don't necessarily walk with this brother and his family. And so it's fractured in that way. What I've seen with my own family reunion is, I think 2 years ago, which is why after the 20 years and I eventually went, I didn't go back the year after, and I didn't go to the one last year, because we had one sect of the family, one particular group in the family who all share the same last name, who wanted to control the family reunion, and they didn't want those who had been running it for so long, who had been saying, look, we need you young people to come in and help. Help doesn't mean take over. They wanted to take over and insert things where you want these things, but you don't understand the cost. These things cost money. You don't have any money to put forward. You just say you want it to look like A, B, and C. So they bumped heads with the elders in the family who had been putting it on and decided that they were going to have their own family reunion. Now, not only did they decide that they wanted to have their own family reunion, but they decided to have it on the same weekend as the original family reunion. And here comes this year, and they did it again. The family reunion was announced, and then they turned around and announced, well, we're going to do a cousins club. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to utilize the same weekend because you want to divide the family, because you want to see who's going to show up for us and who's going to show up for them. Because if you show up for them, then you against us. You either with us or you against us. And I'm not showing up for neither one of the family reunions because I refuse to play that game with anybody. So the family unions are not really what they used to be. They're really not. And that generally tends to happen when the backbones of the family pass away and is no longer involved. So I'll land my plane right there, and hopefully I come back to the mic later on when y'all play that video or something like that.
All right. Thank you, Trevor. I'll be honest, like with family reunions, I think maybe since I've been alive, there's maybe 3 family reunions in my family. Like we never really had family reunions. It was always just people having cookouts and people coming over to people's house for Thanksgiving and Christmas and eating and parties and stuff like that. So we never really had a whole bunch. That's not to say we didn't have a family reunion here or there or whatever, but it was never something like every 10 years, every 5 years, every 20 years. It was, I think, like I say, I think I might have been 3 family reunions that I can remember or something like that. And no, I didn't go to them. One when I was about a baby, and the other one, so we just never really had it. It was like, hey, we having a cookout here and this and that or whatever. People come to so-and-so house. People go to so-and-so house for Thanksgiving and this and that or whatever, Christmas. People go around just eating and stuff like that. So, that's pretty much what it is. But, shout out to Nightfall. Nightfall said he's out for the night over there on YouTube. So have a good night, Nightfall. I got to read this comment from Miss Lisa Williams. She says, and this is for everybody in the space. She says, you all talking bad about Democrats when Donald ain't doing crap for you. What the hell are Republicans doing for you? You people like you help to sink black people even more. Now, if you've been in this space, you would already know that we pretty much talk bad about both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. I don't know why we got a number of black people that, that they're pro-Democrat, they pro-Republican, and you can't say anything about either one. I said this a while ago when everybody was talking about the whole immigration thing and stuff. And I said in a number of spaces when people were talking about, well, Trump is going to do this and he's going to do that. And I said straight up, I said, the Democrats want illegals to shore up their voting block, and Republicans want them so they can go ahead and get cheap labor. And I stand by that both ways. Neither party's ever done anything for black people. Neither party wants to do anything for black people, because if either party wanted to do something for black people, it would already be done. And let's not sit up here and act like Joe Biden was this great, great man, whatever. Joe Biden was the architect of the 94 crime bill and everything else like that. So both of these parties worked hand in hand together. One plays bad cop, one plays good cop. There's really no difference, except one is more vocal about how they can't stand you, while the other one kind of keeps it closer to vest. So we're not Donald Trump and this and that. I'm not in love with Donald Trump. Never been in love with Donald Trump, even as a kid. Not in love with him now. Not in love with Joe Biden. Won't be in love with the next president till I see them actually do something for black people. And then I know the first thing that when somebody sits up and they say, well, they did this for black people, it's something that they signed for everybody in the world. And people will sit up and claim that it was just for black people. So I'm not in love with Donald Trump. I'm definitely not in love with the Democrats for the past 60 years that have had the black vote at a 90 some odd percent clip, and find everywhere in the world and come up with every excuse in the world not to do something for black people, but to do something for every other group, and to sit up here and say that they can't can't just do something for black people, but they can just do something for people in the LGBTQ, for white women, for Asians, for Latinos, for Hispanics, for every other group. But when it comes to black people, the people that's been the actual backbone of the Democratic Party for the past 60 years, they sit up here and they say they can't do anything. So the problem with it is with the Democrats and black people is that black people are satisfied from the civil rights era, and they feel like, hey, because Lyndon Johnson signed the civil rights bill, Democrats basically don't have to do anything else or whatever. Democrats was forced to sign that civil rights bill because had they not, we saw the way this country was everything was folded. So everybody acts like it was just out of the kindness of their heart that they signed that bill, and just because people was protesting peacefully, when we know that's not the complete story. Yeah, you had people out there protesting peacefully, and you also had people out there tearing things up. So all this other crap about this and that or whatever, the Democrats, and why you talk about this, I never understood that. If somebody that you support all the time and they turn their back on you, as compared to somebody who you never support, and you're saying, well, why they both treat us the same, and y'all are mad and this and that or whatever? Don't you think that the person that you've been the most loyal to and the most supportive to should have your back as compared to somebody who you don't even support, somebody that you rarely even come around, as compared to the other people that you've given everything to these people, and these people constantly act like you don't even exist? I mean, I hear black people say that, and it's just, to me, it's a way of deflecting. It's like, hey, you know what? The Democrats can do what they want to do. Don't talk about them. That's basically what it is. So no, I don't understand that. Nobody's talking bad about Democrats. If you come to this space enough, and I haven't had a space in a couple months or a YouTube video, you come to find out that I talk bad about both of them. Democrats and Republican, they not my long lost white uncles. They might be other people in this space or people that's listening, but they ain't my long lost uncle. They're not Thomas Jefferson to me, and I'm not Sally's children or descendants, anything like that. I put them both in the same bag. You pull it out, and you'll get the same bad apple either way. So let me go ahead and get it to DJ. DJ, what's up now?
Hey, Trevor, you want to rebuttal that? I see you got your hand up, sister.
You know, I wanted to say something slick, right?
Let's go. Trouble. You in trouble? You in trouble? No trouble.
Look, I'm tired. I'm so tired of these Democrats, these Democrat fangirls. You know, and it's not like it don't be men that be, cloaking for the Democratic Party too, because there's a lot of those in these spaces. But these women really works my nerves. It's like, I think because the Democratic Party has allowed some black faces to be in their spaces, that there's a certain sect of us black people who actually think the Democrat Party belongs to, us black people. So if you going against them, you going against black people. And that is not the cause. Y'all are some lost sheep out in the woods on some real stuff. God, it's I want to cuss so bad, but it's irritating. It's irritating listening to them, and they're constantly saying that, like, you sitting here listening to the conversation, and nobody is kissing the Republicans' tail. But as soon as you say something about the Democrats, here comes everybody or certain people getting in their feelings because you had something to say against the Democrats. Like, if you don't go sit down and stick your head back in the sand, because that's where it's been this whole time. It's like, if you had a man and every time you gave him your A game, you gave him your good, and all he did was turn his back, and he didn't even say thank you for the good pussy on him. He didn't even say thank you for it. He ain't saying nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna keep giving him your good snatch? You gonna keep giving him your good snatch? I mean, it's like you got a friend. You keep giving this friend, keep coming to you for money, and they your buddy as long as you giving them money. But when you need them, when you need $5, when you need a loaf of bread, that friend is not there to give you a loaf of bread or just look at you like, girl, I done ate my sandwich. I got to get mine. You got to get yours. You're going to keep supporting that friend, or you're going to keep loaning that friend money. No, you're not. You're not. You ain't going to keep giving that man your good snatch, and he ain't telling you that snatch was good. He keep turning his back on you and walking away after you done threw your A game on him. Your homegirl, you done gave all you're not getting ready to accept that. So why do you accept black people to keep accepting nothing from the Democratic Party when we're giving them overwhelmingly our vote and they're handing us their ass to kiss? I want you Negroes to unlearn that off-code, off-brand behavior and stop trying to wag your little stanky Democratic finger at us because we're not caping for them like you. You do you. You continue to cape for nothing. You continue to advocate for nothing because while y'all are worried about what those Republicans are in office doing to us, what are the Democrats doing to sidestep it? They're having 8-hour meetings where they're talking for 8 hours to shake their fingers at the Republican for passing a bill. And what you should have been doing for 8 hours was telling the American people why we needed to vote you back in the next time the vote comes back up to vote you back in. So you're not working in that cause, but you'll have some kind of symbolic meeting, some kind of symbolic, newscast or where you're sitting in front of the podium talking for 8 hours. Oh, the Republicans had this bill, and let me tell you why I don't like it, but I'm not willing to do anything about it. But let me tell you why I don't like it. You Democrats don't give us a reason to vote, but they got their little minions out there who they done threw a little couple of dollars to, or they probably ain't even gave y'all no money. They just gave you a little recognition, and you feeling your Cheerios, you feeling on top of your game because you got a little. The white man done rubbed your butt and made you feel like you was a special Negro. You ain't special. You're going to be specially disappointed when you really find out what everyone else has already known and what we've been trying to tell y'all. You're going to feel bad. And I'm tired of you people running out here with that your next foolishness like Rickey Smiley. Oh, you guys are next. We're not next. We never stopped being it. When did we stop being it? We're not.
Oh my God.
We ain't never stopped being it. We're always going to be it. And I did want to address something Aunt Lai has said about Donald Trump. When Donald Trump was talking about deporting American citizens, the American citizens he was talking about deporting was those people who were born here to immigrant parents. He said that they've been here for a long time, and some of those are the ones who are doing things. He weren't talking about natural American citizens. He was talking about those who became American citizens through birth, who are here, who's been here a long time. But everyone keeps getting it wrong, saying, oh, he's talking about getting rid of, he can't do that. And even if that's what he wants to do, there are legal constraints that he has, even though the Supreme Court said, well, you can pretty much get away with a whole lot of ish. But there are still legalities and still things that he has to go through. You see, he had to go back and get that Mexican man, Buddha, whatever his name was. He had to go and get him and bring him all the way back, that Garcia boy. So there's constraints to what Donald Trump can do. And my people, we got to stop getting scared every time this redneck get up on the stage, get up on the podium and say, you know what? I'm getting ready to put everybody back in slavery. Stop getting in your feelings and in your Cheerios about it. Yeah, keep your head on a swivel, but understand there's some things that he can do and there's a lot of things that he can't do. Now, Lan, go ahead, DJ. Thank you, Toter.
You got it. You got in trouble. I mean, I'm in agreement 100% with what you said there. And let me read one comment real quick. Extreme X says, let these people stay asleep just like Obama. They can't tell you one thing he did for black people. DJ, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, Rickey Smiley, Coon Gang, you already know. Shout out to Cat Williams. He was right. That role was never meant for you. Get Cousin Cat over here so we can roast this knacker again. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go play Club Shay Shay video and listen to Cousin Cat what he said about Rickey Smiley. All you got to do is go to Club Shay Shay interview and listen to what Cat Williams said about Rickey Smiley. It's over. You feel what I'm saying? Trump Knacker said, birthright citizenship for the children of slaves. That's me. You know what I'm saying? And the vast majority of y'all in here. So we ain't got to worry about nothing, Rickey Smiley. Now, if you would like to take your boule butt on over to Africa, go do that. Don't tell the rest of us what to do. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do, Ricky. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't jumping ship either. What the heck I look like going to the Congo? We don't know nobody over there. I ain't even jumping ship to go to South America. If it go down, it just go down. You feel what I'm saying? Because why it's been going down. You feel what I'm saying? Since 1492, it's been going down. And it ain't going to never stop. Hey, 14A over 2A, go get your boxing skills up. All I do is watch boxing videos, yo. I can't fight. No, I'm joking, but yeah, you know. You feel me? Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Punch you in the eye, Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Ricky! No! You know what I'm saying? Beat you up, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, you know what I mean? Hey, you better start training. All y'all jokers out there, they're way too bitty. I'm fat, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I can still throw hands, I can run, all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Too many of our folks in the military, been in the military, family generation, talk about family union. You got families out here that's straight up military. Black Negroes, you know what I'm saying? Pick a state. They're there, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. National Guard, Navy, Army, Marines, we already in there, yo. You know what I mean? We might as well say we run the military at this point, you know what I'm saying? Because we the vast majority of the military to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? As far as those that are in the military, you know what I mean? That's what the way I see it. Our people go into the military because we don't never ever see a way out of this hood life that we be living in. Ask any old head that you know from back in the day, they tell you, yeah, I went into the military to escape the stuff that was going on in the hood, being poor. You know what I'm saying? The white supremacists messing with us, trying to go to school and work and all this other stuff. You know, I got caught up doing some dumb stuff. Hey, it was my fault, but I went into the military. So it's like now our people got options because, you know, folks don't lay the groundwork. Shout out to y'all. Now we ain't got to go into the military. You can go be a CEO at some Fortune 500 company. We ain't got to worry about this stuff these tether gang going through. We done already went through that. And hey, others, if y'all would have had some respect for Immigration Reform Act, you know what I'm saying, that we done covered already, News Total, maybe y'all would have been more on accord with us here. Because, and another thing, stop calling these people black, stop calling them brown. I've been celebrating since this news been broke out. Yeah, get these people up out of here, bro. Y'all crazy. We've been dealing with these brothers for 40 years, but since 1965, our peoples and them don't get along up here. I'm sorry, yo, and I got folks from all walks of life. Don't got a problem with nobody, they gotta go, Ricky. And if you gotta go, you feel bad for them, take your butt out there, LA, and fight ICE for them. But you ain't gonna do that, but you'll get on your live radio station where you got pull and got numbers and people listen to you, our old people. They believe what you say, because I gotta go fight my aunts and uncles and them about stuff y'all be saying, Roland Martin be saying, CNN be saying. Stop listening to these people, yo. Stop, because they don't know what they're talking about. Y'all had y'all turn. Y'all always telling us to go out here and do what we gotta do. Well, we doing it now, and y'all don't like it either. So y'all can go on, you know, y'all old, y'all retired, go take your pension and go on over to the motherland, yo. Go around the Caribbean, spend your money, live your life. Because it's about to go down here, regardless of how y'all look at it. You know what I'm saying? Get these people up out of here, Ricky. You should be down there at the Texas border guarding this joint, bro. Oh, they coming over, blah, 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 blah. Knocking them down, B. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a circus game. We don't care about that no more. That's over with. We don't got to feel bad. Don't feel bad, people. I'm telling you, don't feel bad. Don't, because it ain't nothing to feel bad about. We've been trying to be on accord with these other folks forever. They don't want to patronize Black America. They don't want to really integrate. They'll come here, live in our hoods. They get all types of privileges set aside for them that was meant for us, affirmative action, all this other stuff, and we never benefited, yo. Goodbye. Don't come back. Send me a postcard, though, so I know you good. You good, Poppy. You know what I'm saying? I know you landed. You know this plane's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got to look up every damn by the airport over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's a plane. Oh, I'm going to be getting paranoid looking out my window up in the air like Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Come on, man. I get it. But, hey, all that, no Black Bobby? Oh, no, you stay away from them Al-Qaedas. Mama told me not to play with y'all. Man, we don't heard all that stuff, yo. Oh, we don't mess with Black Americans because they call me an arrogant booty scratcher all through school. That's it? No one harmed you, robbed you, did anything wrong other than called you a booty scratcher. That's all they got to say. They don't got nothing else but that, bro. Nothing. It's over, Ricky. So, hey, if your lineage may be Nigerian, 55%. You know what I'm saying? Do anybody know where Ricky family come from? Because I know you mentioned that. I mentioned that to you, Tola. You say, you know, from down south. Okay, but that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling y'all, if you come up north, you better check everybody's ethnicity and lineage. Black skin don't mean nothing up here. Yvette Carnell, right? You cannot flatten blackness in America. Because the young man that you thought was a Negro, his family is from the Caribbean, yo. They have been cosplaying and been quiet about this stuff, yo. and they sent all that money versus spending it right here in the Negro hood back to their country of origin. That's the next thing Trump's shutting down. Don't send a dime back over there because y'all don't even pay no taxes on the joint. But we pay our taxes faithfully every year on a year. Go to the store, pay taxes, go get food, clothes, electronics, or whatever you need for the car, house, taxed. Come on, man. And these people over here getting free everything? You crazy as hell, man. Send these people home immediately. ASAP Rocky, yo. You know what I mean? Don't even waste no time, Trump. If I gotta go work 10 jobs like a Headley Knacker from the Living Color, y'all going tomorrow? On God, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this issue ain't right, yo. Why do Maria need to work at McDonald's flipping burgers when your kid need that job? They need the work experience to gain 2 3 years, 16, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now they got enough money to either go to college, pay for a car, go move the hell out. Well, go do what you want to do because you above age now. You feel what I'm saying? We love to kick our kids out at 18. You know how it goes. So why y'all capable for Maria to work at Mickey D's, yo? Hell no. She don't need to be there. She don't even know how to say hello. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. It's crazy, yo. And we supposed to accept that. You see Trump, hey, go get these truck drivers. You see all these truck drivers having these major collisions in a machine, yo. All peoples and other white folks that are truck drivers here in America, they got to go to school and learn the rules, yo. These folks come here can't even read the sign on the road. Go to the store, hey, with a juice at, bro. Oh, I'm in a comprende papi original. Stephanie. Hey, nah, you know something? I'm putting all this stuff back. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Essence Fest, you already know. We've been telling y'all. Cheddar's been controlling the music industry. Jude Naka, the new face of hip hop and all this other stuff is Fat Joe. You feel what I'm saying? And he got a SH case, by the way. So see how karma work out? You said you can say FBA Naka. You know what I'm saying? On live TV. Now you caught that Diddy Pop case, King. You know what I'm saying? You not from the Bronx, Joey. You know what I'm saying? You not from there. You from somewhere else up further up north. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go back there. Get your butt up out of here, bro. Get these people up out of here. Of course that Essence Fest is supposed to fail. It ain't ran by the people who created it. End of story. But someone said, hey, why don't y'all go start anew? What, niggas won't support it? Oh, that's a black American on that, man. F that knocker. That's all it is. My aunt telling me, hey, yo, you coming down to the Afro Beach Fest this week? I ain't even got nothing to say on that, aunt. I just kept quiet. Yeah, I'll see you down there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to that. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't nothing but some house music reincarnated. That's all it is. I'll wait till Lincoln Park Fest to catch you down there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, we got to get these people up out of there. Ice baby ain't no disrespect to no one. All y'all that came here and wagging your finger, oh, we can't associate with you, Akata Romello. What that mean, Professor? Wild dog. Black American. What? That's what it used to be like. Now we soft, bro. You soft, bro. You soft, B. It's Tupac. You know what I'm saying? You soft. You know what I mean? Gotta hit you with the biggie. We don't do none of that. How Haitians having a Haitian flag day up all around the country? Y'all country on fire, B. All y'all able-bodied jokers I see in these videos, go put up a strap and get busy and take your country back. Straight up, bro. Go, that's what y'all need to do, Ricky. Go tell these folks to arm up and go hammer. And this is no disrespect to the Haiti now. Stop, I say homie, because I got a lot of Haiti homies, but I tell them to their face, no black, yo, y'all need to go. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't want to be on the court with us. And this is not an old conversation, but man, if it ain't the majority. Our time is now. Go get your tax ID, start your business up, and get everything you can from the federal government. And they just put a hit out. $84 million just dropped into the account of the DOL apprenticeship. So if you got a business and you know how to teach, go get some of that $84 million. Family reunion, that's been over with, but it depends where you're at. And at the end of the day up north, we don't really call it family reunion. We just call it get together, house party. We at the picnic or the festival. So it's a name thing, not just so much And I agree with you wholeheartedly, Trouble, because that's the way I feel. You know, the matriarchs of the family, my aunts and my mothers and them, man, they threw down, made sure everybody came over there, the grandma, these new ones, these little cousins and them, they think they know what they're doing. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. You ain't even get the recipe from cousin and auntie and them. It's over, yo. So it's like the family reunion is where you at the moment. But shout out to the black folks, the Negroes, that's in a black state somewhere, having family reunions on the regular, or even wherever you at. I yield.
Hey, I thought you was gonna play that video real quick too.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get to Stephanie. Stephanie, go ahead and unmute your mic. How you doing tonight?
Hello, sir. Hello, everybody in the chat. You can let DJ play the video. I can wait. You can let DJ play the video.
I don't know if he has it with him right now, but you go ahead and speak, man. We can come back to him.
Okay. I just wanted to say salute to everybody in the chat room, but I'm gonna make a point with all three topics. Hi, Trouble. I'm gonna make a comment about all three in one sentence because they kind of all tie into each other. Okay, first and foremost, we should know better than to look to these black so-called Negro celebrities. They have been selling us down the river for so many decades, okay? We've been dealing with this since Malcolm X been calling them out, since a lot of these people have been getting called out. Well, I should say since the 1800s, they've been stabbing folks in the back just to get on top or just to keep the other Negroes at bay and keeping the rest of us asleep and not knowing what's really happening. This is a complete assassination on our character, okay? Because we will not, and this is what I believe, because we will not support illegal immigration, okay? So ever since we've been very gung-ho about being self-interested, our well-being, and everything else in between, we're only caring about ourselves, it's been multiple attacks on us, okay, including this family reunion thing. All of these things are like hit pieces, okay? Now, as far as this Essence Festival is concerned, the Kenyan lady, Wayanga, whatever her name is, there's a post on Essence. I don't know if it's still up there or they took it down, but they literally were saying that they want Nigeria to take the lead. This is why they were trying to make Essence go global. They want, because there's so many of them, they wanted to make Essence the lead. And they also had a video, but they had nothing but Black Americans saying, yeah, I'm at Essence Festival. They used that video to make it look as if Black Americans were there. And I think that it was a video that they pre-recorded to make it look as if we're all unified under one umbrella, okay? I'm so angry at this because this is definitely what we would call a hostile takeover. And this is something that have been planned for a very long time. So it's not like this was 5, 10, 15 years ago. This has been going on for about 40 plus years. Okay, these people have been plotting and planning for decades. Okay, there was a video on YouTube. Okay, this was a video on YouTube, and it's called, there's an organization called the West African Voltron. I keep telling people to look that up. I keep telling people to research it, search it, because their goal is to take over away from Black Americans, okay? And they're talking about getting into every faction of everything in the United States, so that way they'll have everything cornered. So that way they can use people maybe that look more Americanized or look, feature-wise look more American, but they're basically African, so they're caught in between Americanism and their African cultural heritage, okay? But they basically want to push us out the way and insert themselves, okay? If we don't see what's going on, case in point, look at African Takeover Day at Howard University. That was a complete wake-up call for me, okay? That was a complete wake-up call, and we should have been seeing this from the giddy up, especially the way that these people have been isolating themselves away from us, which I'm like, okay, fine, you're in a new country, new culture. It's almost like shell shock. They can't believe some of the things that they see and witness and experience. So it's like we have to just move accordingly, just watch everything that's being said, being done. Because as far as I'm concerned, this African lady knew when we said delineation that Wayanga lady, the Kenyan lady, she made a statement, and nobody that the video is out there, but you can't pull it up. This lady literally said, "You can go, but leave the silverware." And you know what she meant by it when she said it. Okay, you could delineate.
Oh, what that mean? What that mean? What that mean?
You could delineate all you want to, but leave us the resources. Basically,
yes, because she said we all gotta eat. She said we gotta eat, so pretty much leave the food, and you just go on your menu.
Yeah, so that's what I'm really upset about. Okay, these people have been doing nonstop hit pieces. Stephanie Mills even wrote a letter of complaint to Essence Festival because she said that the sound system was terrible, and she's a perfectionist as an artist because her reputation is in her concerts. Okay, she wrote a letter of disappointment talking about the sound equipment was terrible. She couldn't perform the way she wanted to. Okay, so now you see a couple of people in the comment section attacking Stephanie Mills. Okay, and she's not the only one. There's other people that's making complaints. They're even doing videos, complaints of what happened at Esther.
Wait, they attacking Stephanie? Oh, hell no. Get your strap, brother. Get your strap, sister.
They're attacking her in the comments, calling her white supremacist and stuff like that. So, I mean, we really, 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 I'm at a point where, because these people don't, want us to just take lumps upside the head, lose an eye, lose a breast, or whatever. We're supposed to sit up here and fight for these people for them to call us niggas and Akatas and Yankees, or niggas. Nah, you
N-word, the N-word. We recording on YouTube. Sorry, y'all.
Oh shoot, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. You fine. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna sit up here and windmill for nobody that's ungrateful, that come here and still talk down to us, and expect us to just windmill. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not going to sit up here and keep arguing with these people on these spaces and Twitter. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to turn around and start blocking them because we don't need that headache. We really, really don't. We got bigger things to take care of. Okay? We have way bigger things to take care of. Now they're saying that Haitians funded Wall Street, the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. Okay? I mean, it's just so many lies that's just coming out that it's just beyond ridiculous that you just literally have to start blocking people because they're not within arm's reach. You can't just choke somebody up and face catching a case because somebody says something that was really stupid. So I think it's just better that we just all get together and just start blocking these people. And if they come under another account, report them for harassment or file a police report. They'll stop this mess or call ICE. That's the only logical thing I could think of right now because these people don't deserve our attention. They don't. They're like petulant children. They're like children. They're very childlike. And we have to put a stop to this because this is a bad effect on our health. We can't keep dealing with this. We're dealing with the white supremacists. Now the Native Americans is siding with the Caribbeans and they're attacking us, okay, because of the Buffalo Soldiers. Now you got all these other people from all over the place that's attacking us. The Palestinians was attacking us. The Jews are still attacking us, trying to attack our character, saying that we're attacking them. I mean, how much could Black America take before we really start losing it? So I think it's just best that we just all get together and just mass block these folks. I mean, it's going to upset them more because they can't get access to us when we block them. So I think that's the only logical thing that we need to start doing. And that's it. I'll land. And thank you for allowing me to speak.
All right. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. Rella, go ahead. You got it.
Where you been?
Working.
Be quiet, DJ. You all right?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've been doing a lot of work on the site and then working regular job as well too. So I've been pretty busy. But how you been doing, Rella?
My stomach is in my throat, but I'm okay for the most part.
Oh, you're not sick, are you?
No, it's a metaphor.
Oh, okay. Now you know you got my number, so you could text me and check up on me now if you're worried about me. So you can like, well, I ain't heard from Toad in a minute. Let me check up and make sure he's still alive.
Leave a return text message.
You're right. I should be there. You're right. And I work on making sure that I do better at that. You know that goes both ways too when you hold up that mirror. So
yes,
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would not talk to me like that if I was you, Tony.
It's a relative show now.
He know where it's at. You know I mess with him the long way. Trouble. You know what it is. I gotta update you on some things. And Miss Stephanie, when I get right, I'll let you know. Shout out to the space. I don't know why it kicked me out. I see online it's like connecting forever. I'm not sure what's going on.
I had to
on my end. So
I had to restart the space earlier. This is the second spaces. Earlier, it just kept messing up. Everybody was, having issues coming in. So this is actually the second time I had to restart the space up.
Yeah, it's glitching. Like my screen is like flash. That's the first time it's ever done that. So I'm assuming it's doing some rolling something.
Restart your phone.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but shout out to you too, DJ. And I was in that other space, Lovely. I don't remember her whole name. I just remember the Lovely part. But her and South were doing us. I was hoping everybody would kind of come over here. It is really sad, when we are constantly having this conversation. There was a guy in there that said, we have to be mindful of what we follow and who we follow. That statement, if he would have stopped there, is true, right? But then he kept going and saying these movements are causing division because other groups of people are hearing you and they are being hurt by the things that Black Americans are saying. Lord, if I could have just grabbed the air, right? And as he was going, he was saying I tuned out after that because all I could think about is every day the struggle for understanding what's happening with housing, food deserts, what's happening with people's families, people looking for work. Immigrants are in positions of management, right? And we're not all talking about just African and Caribbeans. Like, I think there's this misnomer that we're only talking about a segment of melanated people, and those are the only people we can identify with right now. No. Immigration, whether it is legal or illegal, has been a problem. Trump literally had I was trying to find a clip for you, News Toter, a press conference. I don't know if somebody played it, and DJ could find it. Somebody at the press conference asked him, because he was talking about deporting to Troubles. I think it was Miss Stephanie or Trouble said he was talking about the children of immigrants. This person said, well, are you going to be an example? Because you're a child of an immigrant who was never naturalized. That means Trump was never naturalized. He's not being challenged for not actually being a U.S. citizen. So they hurried up and got the reporter out of the room because he asked him about that. And to be honest with you, I'm wondering, is he really going to go after the children of immigrants, or are they secretly going to go through with this amnesty that he's trying to actually give? See, they're working on a backdoor deal to grant amnesty to immigrants. I don't know if nobody knew that. So this is why The duopoly ain't shit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I forgot your streaming. The duopoly is harmful because they will play this game of in your face, we going after immigration, and then turn around like they did the Confederacy and give amnesty to immigrants during the Confederacy that was trying to overthrow the dang on country. History is repeating itself. And while we still fight for protecting the country and we see the harms that are happening in real time, doesn't matter where you land politically, the only people that have always fought for this ship have always been the ones who have never left, could never leave. If you tried to leave, you were harmed somewhere else. I don't know, people not really having the whole entire truth of the conversation. And to be honest with you, to Miss Stephanie, to your point, if we really want to shut people down, we would go ahead and declare our declaration to this country, because there is no other country that we could declare to anyway. Even if people wanted to leave, you can go to another country, they have to grant you citizenship. Here, you don't have to be granted citizenship. It was already paid for in blood. It was paid for in blood. So, I declare myself a U.S. citizen of the formerly enslaved and all of the free persons, because the free persons who had to become free, they were originally slaves. And they may have gotten their, freedom through serving in the military, or their, master died and some other crazy stuff. There's a whole lot that goes into that. It's so intertwined. Why would I want to go somewhere else when I have a whole heritage and lineage story here? To go build up somewhere I don't have a footprint, a pot to piss. Sorry if I can't. All right, I'll end.
All right. Good to hear you from Miss Rella. I love the profile pic as well, too. Go ahead, Trouble. You got it. And Sean, I see my girl Tata down there. What's up, Tata?
Hey, Tata, up in the house. I had posted something the other day about ICE and the massive infusion of cash that they've just received. They're receiving billions and billions and billions of dollars. They're about to receive some good money. But here is something that I paid attention to in the article. Now, you know how we have privatized prisons across this country, and they have a quota that they have to fill. They have to fill those beds up with a certain number of prisoners or be in compliance, in order to be in compliance. And if you paid attention to some articles over the years, you've seen where some of these prisons have sued certain states because they weren't keeping their quota of prisoners in those beds. So what ICE is doing, it's something that they said in the article, and I'll read it. It said, catching and deporting migrants is posed to become a lucrative industry, and the desire to recoup investment will sustain the process. The current private prison pipeline will pale in comparison to the churn that will be needed to keep those camps filled, not just with the undocumented, but the denaturalized and newly stateless, victims of the administration's efforts to deny birthright citizenship. Basically, what that is saying is those private prisons, they plan to use these immigrants to fill those beds up, to keep those beds full, as they had been originally using us Negroes to keep those beds full. So that's another aspect of catching and obtaining these immigrants as well. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. I don't know if people had paid attention to that article or had read it and paid attention to that part of it, because they didn't stay on that part long. They made their little and then quickly got off the subject about it. But that's another aspect of why they're doing this whole immigration thing too. Yeah, Trump said that he was going to send those prisoners over to Venezuela, but I read an article earlier today where the government of Venezuela was saying that Trump was lying, that they had not agreed to take the American citizens, the immigrants or those that they caught into their prison systems over there. So now with this article having been out, it makes more sense that if you're going to detain these illegals and you're not going to send them home, where are you going to put them? You're going to put them in these prisons. You're going to put them in these privatized prisons and put their asses to work like you've been doing the Negroes for all of these years. So I just land right there. I just want y'all to think about that. That's all.
Yeah, I thought he pretty much had already worked out a deal with several nations. I thought in terms of sending some of these illegals back to these countries and stuff like that. So that's interesting. I didn't know that, Trouble.
Hey, let me get in there real quick on that right there. Piggyback off Trump. So 80% of all crimes committed in America are state crimes. So you can't send anyone anywhere. Feds, now the other 20%, that's fed crime. Now you already know if you commit a fed crime, they can send you from Florida to New Jersey, or from New Jersey to California, and your family will have to travel there to do it. But to send you up out of the country, I don't think that's legally even possible. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. So just to close real quick, that's why they building that gator trash down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Where you at, told them, so yeah, you better start telling the little black kids out there, you better smarten up and go get a damn job. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about to go down. Your ass gonna wind up in there because they doing the same thing up here. They just built a new, what we call Cop City, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Right here on Bergen and Clinton. It's a police training facility. Why you need that in the middle of the hood for? You already got the police station across the street that's brand new. You feel what I'm saying? But you go right there in the corner, Joker get robbed, car stolen, everything go down in the hood. You know how this is. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't even disrespecting I'm just telling you, go down straight up, right in front of the police station. Brick City, man, we live out here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, what is the purpose of that Cop City right there? To beat your butt and lock you up. Convict leasing has been the new slavery for well over 100 years. Well over 100 years. You know what I mean? 150, whatever. You know what I mean? Convict leasing. You get caught standing on a corner, you going to jail. Or you drinking a beer in public, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to our sister Tammy, because I believe that the situation that happened to her was really what took her life. Not so much her sickness. But imagine if you're going to jail for the first time in your life and you've never been through that, and they keep you locked up for 2 months for something that is so effing petty. It's so effing petty, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know how to handle it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, that's something to think about, family, but they've been doing that to us. And we are still in these jails. A lot of our freedom fighters, political prisoners, they are still locked up. While Rickey Smiley ain't mentioning to free them to send them to Africa. At least do that if you're going to jump ship. Don't forget the homies that fought for you to even have a radio show, bro. Man, you a horrible person, Rick. I yield my mic right there. No,
DJ, they got a Cop City out in Georgia that they've been battling for a long time too. They're building
what is it?
That Cop City out, and I think it's in Atlanta, out there in Georgia, and they're building it pretty much over by the hood, and people have been protesting that for a long time.
We did a space on that too. Last year I think we did that space on that Cop City.
Yep. So they're doing that in multiple areas. But in this article that I was talking about, it also spoke about how they're giving millions and millions of dollars to all of these states as well to hire ICE agents and do different things prison wise in all 50 states as well. So this is that's why they're taking all of that money from everything else and put it into this right here, because they're trying to come up with a new slavery system, where the elites once again can benefit off of it. But if of course, us Black people, we have, the ability to get caught up in the snare as well. But I'll say this here, and I know a lot of people don't like to delve into this type of conversation, but I'll go ahead and say it anyhow. We've been dealing with a lot of things in our community for a long time. And I just really believe that the curses that once was on us is now dropped off of us, and it's dropping onto these other nations of people. For a long time, these other nations of people, you wonder why they're getting so mad now because of the things that Black Americans are saying in these spaces, and we hurting their feelings. We're hurting their feelings because they know it's true. And they also know, because they read the word just like we read the word, they know that those prophecies is about to hit that ass, and they already know. They colluded against us throughout history for a long time, and they're still colluding against us. So as those curses have dropped off of us as of 2019, those curses is now on them. And it doesn't take a smart person to really sit back and look and see how everything is falling now on these other people. And they're fighting against it. And as long as they fight against us, they're going to continue to fail, because it's not on us anymore, it's on them. The only thing we really need to do is, and when I say sit back, I don't mean just sit on your ass twiddling your fingers and not doing a damn thing. I just mean sit back. And you don't have to join these protests. You don't even have to battle with these mugs online. You don't have to do anything, because the Most High is handling our battles for us. We're witnessing them getting their just due for all of the centuries that they've colluded against us. And as they continue to do it, the harder it's going to come. They're going to have to cleave to us. And if they don't cleave to us, basically, they need to bow down. They need to leave us alone and stop vexing us. But if they're ramping their vexing up, and they don't realize the more they ramp it up, the worse it's going to get for them. So we don't have to do anything. We really don't. And I'll just leave it right there and let it hit you where it may.
Yes, ma'am. Let me go ahead and get to Stephanie. I guess after Stephanie, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down for the night, because I gotta finish up some work on the site. Miss Stephanie, you got it.
Hey, I just wanted to say that was a beautiful submission, tribe. That was beautiful. I just want to say to the people in here,
you got your thing down in the background.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Oh yeah. I forgot she might be at work too, because that's what it sounds like. I hear everybody else. What y'all eating over there?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Stephanie do be at work at nighttime.
Okay, I'm here. I work 24/7. My days is I never had any days off.
Oh man, this is Miss Stephanie Haley, man.
I just wanted to say that being that a lot of these illegals are being deported, a lot of the homes that they owned are being abandoned. Okay? So being that everything is being abandoned, my advice to y'all is to go to these auctions and start purchasing them, because they will be selling them at very reasonable prices. So go snatch them homes up. The way they did us, how we get gentrified out of our communities and people like that, and other folks start moving in, we got to start doing it back. I'm sorry, I love everybody, but we've been through the ringer too many times. So start purchasing up them houses. Go to the courthouse, see what block it's on or what the block number is, and just buy it, because it's gonna be sitting there going bad anyway. So just purchase them up. Next thing, I just want to let you guys know, Alligator Alcatraz is hiring, and they're paying up to $3,000 a week. So if you know anybody that's looking for employment and looking to make some good money, you can do that, because the first 6 weeks you're going to be making $3,000 a week. After that, you get 2 weeks off, and then you go back to working with Alligator Alcatraz. So I just want to let you know that it's out there. ICE is still hiring. So, a lot of these jobs, construction sites are opening up. All these jobs that they said Black Americans are not doing are actually going back into those jobs and doing. So I just wanted to say, don't believe these lies. Don't get discouraged. Let's just keep moving. We're going to have to thin the herd a little bit, because you got a lot of folks that's acting up out there. So we definitely got to just spin the hurt on that, and we got to keep it moving, and we got to think about ourselves. If we truly care about our own self-interest, we got to fight that. Okay? I know we got a big heart. We love everybody. We look out for everybody. But in the process of doing so, we're hurting ourselves. So look out for your own self-interest. There's a lot of vacant homes now because of people being deported and they're losing their homes. I know it sounds ugly, but at the same time, what would these folks do if we was in that situation? And I also wanted to touch on what Trevor was saying about the prisoners, okay? And people talking about these guys and not doing their job. They're doing the jobs that the illegals are doing. These guys are forced to do that job once again under the 14th Amendment because all persons are free except people that are in prison, okay? You got corporations and companies that are basically making money off of prison labor. Now, when these guys get out of jail, these companies don't even think twice about hiring them because guess what? If this person that just got out of jail go for a job interview at one of those corporations, what are they going to ask them? Have you ever been in trouble with the law? If so, what was your felony? And we can't hire you.
Always put no.
Exactly, but they won't hire them, but they have them working for free on prison labor, or they're just paying them 2 cents an hour. So I see a big issue with that also, but nobody's talking about that. You don't hear Rickey Smiley talking about it. All these other people that's pro illegal immigration. Of course, Sister Odell. Okay, I see you, but you know we got to think about that too. So. I just say don't give up. Essence just exposed everything for what it truly is, and I'm glad that it's out in the open. So we already know we got to knock the walls of Jericho straight down. So that's what I'm going to hit y'all with. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. Rella, I'll let you get it in real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to close. Can you hear me? Who's that say?
Yeah, that's me real quick. That's me real quick, DJ. You want me to play the video still before we close, or you just leave it?
No, don't worry about the video now. Go ahead, Rella.
Thank you, News Toter. I'm now I can see everybody. I couldn't even see Professor and Original. So if you both were up there already, I apologize. I couldn't see you guys. So we're going to be just real quickly working on trying to establish our own credit union. And also working on, we have unfunded the Black and Unhoused. Please, you guys join that room. DJ, if you can post it up here. Also, we're developing a I'm a Keeper initiative. The I'm a Keeper initiative is going to be descendant ran. Please think about joining it to become a keeper. And what you will do is work on trying to get donations in so that we can start helping our people with things that they need. The smallest donations, $5 to $10, $3, I think will be the smallest that you'll have to collect. And it's only going to be a couple of keepers so that we can actually start to build up and help to donate to support families and individuals in our purview. So just think about that. If you want more information, you can hit me up. Please think about joining Funded Socially. News Toter is on Funded Socially. Please think about coming into the News Toter family community and also donating to the News Toter platform. I just wanted to make sure I say that. All right.
All
Pretty
right.
good advertising, Susan.
I know, right? Thank you for that. That advertisement as well, Rella. Let me go ahead and get to I see we got one speaker up here. Watch me work. I'll give you 2 minutes and we got to get ready to close this thing out. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Brother News Toter, it's that Negro, man. I'm incognito.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, man?
Hey, family, I ain't heard your voice in a month of Sundays, brother. Hey, it's good to see you, family, man. I've been trying to follow you, and I couldn't get a follow back, so I said, man, let me go up here real quick and let News Toter know who the hell I am so I can get a follow. But mad respect, News Toter.
I just followed you back. I didn't even know that was you.
All right. Yes, sir. That's all I wanted was that good family love, man. But yeah, I just came up here to say what's up to the rest of the family. I definitely will second Wella. Funded socially is where it's at. Building that organization for us, by us, and only us. I'm about to move to Delaware to actually implement this in my life. So yeah, please come and help your people build like we never have before. Thanks, News Toter. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well, too, as always. On that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to end this. I know it's been like, about 2 months since I was on here. Been working on projects on the site, like I said. As a matter of fact, once I close this down, I got something right now to work on as well, too. So I promise you guys, I'm going to be coming back more often. I'm going to at least do one space at least a week. I'm going to try to do 2, but I'm going to at least do 1 a week. So we go ahead and try to get back into the groove of things. But I've had a 1-track mind, and I've been on the platform making all kind of changes. Got an archive page now on News Toter, and I'm still implementing new things, new strategies as well, too, guys. So I will be back. DJ, I thought DJ was going to do more spaces. DJ did one every now and then, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to at least do 1 or 2 a week. And but definitely once I do it, I got to jump back on the platform as well too, because it's not quite where I want to get it at. But I do appreciate you guys coming in and supporting tonight as well too. And y'all see the reminders out there, man. Make sure y'all retweet it. If you see me sending it to the DMs, retweet it out so everybody else can know as well too. When we do come back, it'll be 8:00, the usual time as well too, guys. So on that note, I don't know if DJ or Professor, if y'all holding a part 2, y'all holding a late night space.
Hey, just real quick, getting the Jumbotron, y'all. Getting the Jumbotron right here. Top left-hand side, retweet the 2 tweets. Retweet that Rickey Smiley, get your ass in his tweet, you know what I'm saying? For sure, so he can play the space back. If everybody do that, then get the space numbers up. Retweet the tweet, man. Come on now. And make sure y'all come up to newstoter.com. Largest black curated news on the web. Thousands of articles over there for you to read. News Toter, as well as suggested or mentioned, is the news curator of Funded Socially. So come up and get a Funded Socially account. Both networks are our social networks. Both platforms are social network. Get a subscription to News Toter so you could comment over there. It's as little as $2 a month. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you go hit the donation, whatever it is. Get an account over there.
Don't forget News Toter also. If you want an official News Toter, are we gonna start doing badges over there? DJ, like they do here? Yeah.
It's already over there. You late, sister. Come on over to the
okay, whatever. Okay, so y'all come over there and get y'all badge. Yep, come get y'all badge.
You gotta earn your badge. You gotta invite people over.
Whatever, I got mine. Whatever.
Well, come on and get your badge, fam. You know what I'm saying? FundedSocially.com, NewsToter.com. Kite Productions is the way. Reparations of Buzz, Black American Negro Freeman. I'm out. Mm-hmm.
All right. On that note, we're out as well, too, guys. Peace. Have a good night, and we'll see you.
Come on over to the Real Essence Festival.